Hello, YouTube. This is Keith Kevin Ken. I'm Kevin. Yeah. And today we're going to talk about a brand new knife that you're looking at right there. It's called the Spyderco Efficient. Let me tell you something. I'm very excited about this knife. Now, let me give you a little insight into folks like me who talk about knives on the internet. And on YouTube. We love new knives. We do. People won't slobber over the Spyderco Efficient as much as all of us slobbered over the Gail Bradley Advocate or the Rubicon 1 or the Rubicon 2, the Nirvana. And the reason is this is what we call the value folder from Spyderco. And everyone will tell you that this is the Spyderco in addition to the value folder. But let me talk about the value folder and why I'm so excited about it. First of all, the Spyderco value folder is how I got into knives. So I want to talk about all of the value folders, and then we're going to give you my first impression of the newest addition to this lineup from Spyderco in many years. It's been a while, Spyderco. Spyderco had an epic year, their 40th anniversary. They released so many great knives with new blade steel. Remember the S110 V steel, the Blurple knives, also the HAP 40 knives. A lot of knives came out with CPM N4. Not just the Gail Bradley knives. And of course, a lot of flippers, a lot of new knives in 2016. I have a video of that here on this channel. Go check it out. I bought all of the new Spyderco folding knives. I made a commitment to do that in their 40th anniversary year, so check that video out. But this knife right here, I think, is pretty much more important. So we're going to talk about the Efficient. But I'm not going to just tell you it's value folders. I'm going to show you the value folders. I have a lot of knives. I have 4 Pelican cases full of knives, 3 1550s and 1 1600. I have a lot of Chris Reeve knives, a lot of high-end mid-techs and some customs. And I'm telling you that I'm more proud about this knife than I am any other. This is the knife I'm going to introduce to my 2 girls and my son. This is the knife and the collection of knives that I'm going to introduce to my 5 grandsons. So let's talk about, now you guys are sitting there going, it just looks like a Spyderco knife with black G10, and it is. But let's talk about why the value folders are so important, okay? So this was my very first knife. And by the way, I haven't given up the value folders. You're going to see real dirty knives too because they were used so much. This was my very first knife from Spyderco. And I bought all of these knives from Amazon.com. I didn't buy the Efficient from there because now I have knives. I'm a knife guy. I'm part of the knife community. But I wanted to make sure that I talk to you about the cost of these knives. If you like knives, if you like the knife community, if you use knives on a daily basis, if you like to give knives for a gift, if you want to, I don't know, introduce people to knives, these are the sets of knives that you need to do. Now, I get a lot of comments on this channel talking about, oh, I wish I had that. Oh, man, I'd really love to have that knife. I'd love to have your collection. I'd love to have this. I'm going to introduce to you a collection that's well under $200 that you can buy piece by piece and can afford. It's called the Spyderco Value Folders. This right here is the Ambitious. It's the smallest of the group, 2.4-inch blade. All of these knives, including the brand new Efficient, has 8 CR13 MOV steel made in China. That's why they can get the price down so low. Now, the first 4 knives that we've been living with for years before 2017, when Spyderco is not only introducing the Spyderco Efficient, the new knife right there, but they will also introduce a brand new knife called the Polestar, Polestar, where they will introduce better blade steel, a better quality of G10. But I'm going ahead of myself. So let's look at this. So this is the first one. It's the Ambitious 2.3 inch blade steel. Again, 8 CR13 MOV steel. Jimping on the back. Black G10. You can move the clip up, down, left, right. See-through construction. Easy to clean. Blow it out. Real sturdy knife. Comes out of the package so sharp. I'll tell you, when I was buying these knives, again, from Amazon.com, I'm kind of embarrassed, but I had to buy more Band-Aids because I cut myself all over the place. You'll find when you start to collect that before your mind starts to concentrate. Every time I put down a knife, my mind's saying, be careful. I'm not thinking of it consciously. You take your mind off of this when you get a new knife like this, guys. You're going to end up with some bloody cuts. But let's talk about this. This is the Ambitious. Right now on Amazon, I just checked this morning because I want to make a point. Right now on Amazon in the US, it's $36, and I'm rounding up to $36 US on Amazon for a very quality knife. Now look, you've been watching YouTube, even if you've been watching my channel, we're talking about all kinds of blade steel and how wonderful it flips, and you know, it's designed by some famous custom knife maker and all of those things. But let me tell you something. This knife is a good knife, a working knife. It's a knife that if you're interested in Spyderco, if you see Spyderco's on my channel and you can't get it, don't be getting frustrated. Start with one of these value folders. This is the small one, 2.3 inches. The next one in the value lineup is the Persistence. It's 2.8 inches. And I'll tell you, it was the perfect knife for me. I bought 2 of these. By the way, these knives also come from Spyderco in blue G10. You spend a little bit more money than a black G10. And I've seen them in brown G10 as well. Obviously online, people have a whole bunch of, you know, handmade, custom pimped out scales. But the black G10 is good enough, trust me. With that Spyderco hourglass clip. Again, same profile, except instead of 2.3 inch blade like the Ambitious, this Persistence has a 2.8 inch blade, about my speed. I like a smaller knife. This one, by the way, on Amazon today, $44. By the way, Amazon is not sponsoring this. Spyderco is not sponsoring this. I get nothing. I don't have a little thing in the diddly-do box, the window sill that you can hit and I get a little piece of. By the way, I need to do that on my on my blogs because I love Amazon so much. So go to Amazon. I wish I did have it. But I'll tell you something. I'm saying this because it's easy. Most of these are prime knives. You can get them in a day or two. They're inexpensive. They will introduce you to Spyderco, and they are just great knives. Again, these are three-year-old knives that are still wonderful that I beat on forever. This is the 2.8 inch Persistence. $44. Ambitious $36. This is $44. Now, this is the new one in the line. I'm going in the order. This is our brand new Spyderco Efficient. Now let's talk about that, and I'll get back to the last 2 of the value line. So it's a little bit different. I'll tell you One improvement that they made on the knives, two improvements to me that are pretty good. First off, what you'll see with the new Efficient as opposed to the Persistence or any of the other, all the others are exact same profile except the size is different. It's still the same steel, 8CR13 MOV steel, okay? Still made in China. This is a 3-inch blade instead of the 2.8 inch. Now, here's the difference though. The shape is a little bit different. This is closer to, it's kind of a mix of that classic Spyderco leaf blade that you'll see in the Sage series or whatever. And it also, to me, feels like in the hand and kind of looks like the Native as well. Spyderco's Native, which everyone loves. But just that 3-inch, this is my perfect size, a 3-inch blade. Really nice. The other difference is, now look, there are, in our knife community, there are steel freaks. They only get this certain steel that they love. There are clip freaks. Hey, I like the Spyderco wire clip. I have my preferences. I tend to buy, even if the knife doesn't meet all of my wants, but I like the overall bit. I like the wire clip, okay? People are really finicky about tip up or tip down. This new knife, remember I told you can move the older knives 4 different positions. Left-handed, right-handed, tip up, tip down. On the new one, you can have it left-handed, right-handed, just tip up, not tip down. Not tip down. So that's different. My biggest change, I think that's a huge improvement with the new Efficient, is it has a forward choil. I'm a choil guy, but I really love the fact, if you can see right here, Spyderco to me does a great job with their 50-50 choil. I have big hands. I call them Michelin Man hands. But even if you don't, you know, you place it all right here on the handle. It feels good in the hand with the older one. Here, you can really grip up on the steel. You see that? 50-50. 50% of it handle, 50% of it steel, and just gives you a little bit more control. That, my friends, is the new Spyderco Efficient. This is an addition to this value range that has taken us years to get. I don't blame the company. They had 4 value knives. They have an entire value brand. If you've ever seen the bird knives, that's a Spyderco least expensive line of knives. There's a Spyderco hole, but it looks like a bird instead. That's Spyderco. But the values are really nice. So this is the new one. It's now at the 3-inch. So now we have a 2.3 inch, 2.8 inch, and a 3-inch knife. And then again, this right here is the Tenacious. Again, same profile, older profile, same blade steel. But in this case, with the Tenacious, it's a 3.4 inch blade. So you get a little bit larger. Now, in a lot of places in the US, to be legal, it has to be under 3 inches. A lot of places around the world as well. This one, you get a little bit bigger. Same profile as all the other older ones. And that's 3.4 inches. By the way, the Tenacious, $46. So the Ambitious, $36. The Persistence, $44. The Tenacious is $46 from Amazon. And then the biggie. Yeah, I like the fact. I'm not a big knife guy, but I like the fact that Spyderco, in their value folders, decided the entire range, especially now that they have the new one at 3 inches. And this, my friends, is the Resilience. 4.2-inch beast. Again, same steel, same clip, same four-way clip. Everything comes out as sharp can be. You can beat up on this. The great thing about the price too is you can beat up, and if you're a grown man like me who has disposable income, and that's why I can do this kind of collection. I'm 57 years old. I'm a little older. I've been in my career for a long time. I like them because you can beat them up and buy another, okay, for the price of some of the other more expensive, sexier Spydercos or Chris Reeve knives or any of the other knives. This is the Resilience. Again, 4.2 inches, big knife, $48. And remember, all of these are rounded up, and this is as of today. And the date, I keep saying today as if all of you are watching this the day I'm doing it. It's Sunday, January 8th, 2017. January 8th, 2017. That's $48 for this big knife. Again, quality. They are smooth as can be. And this is a value folder. So when you see other people talk about, and people will be talking about the efficient, because nowadays we all talk about the new Spyderco knives, and they'll say value, 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 and not show you the other value knives and talk about how important this line is. I'm saying this because when you want to bring people in, of course there are some that are even less expensive than these, but I'm talking about, I'm a big Spyderco fan, and I'm talking about getting into Spydercos. The same way that if Chris Reeve had a value, he doesn't. I have 56 Chris Reeve knives. I would be spending this much time talking about the Chris Reeve value knives if he had them, because you want to introduce people to some very good knives. There you have it. That's the value set. This is the brand new knife, the Spyderco Efficient. I'm Kevin Harris. Oh, and coming up later this year in 2017, Spyderco is going to introduce the new Polestar. Polestar. Get ready for it. For the first time, Spyderco is shipping American steel to China for their knives. The steel will not be 8CR13 MOV like all of these knives that you see right here on the desk. It'll be CTS BD1 steel. So they're shipping that steel. They also will have a textured gray G10. So again, adding a little bit. I just am happy that finally they're adding to the value brand. I am happy that now I'm doing a video that I can keep pointing to for people to get started. What I loved about starting with the value is you didn't have to buy them all. Now I'll tell you right now on Amazon, you can buy all of the knives except for the new one for $174. Okay? All at the same time. But why? Get the one in your size that you want, and when you're ready to start building a collection, just go to another one and go to another one. And then you'll know when you're ready to hop up in price range, whether it's Spyderco or Zero Tolerance or any other knife that you start to like. But it really gets you used to handling these wonderful knives and dealing with this brand. That's it, folks. Of course this isn't sponsored. Of course I don't have an affiliate. Man, I have to get an affiliate for Amazon. But as I record this, I don't have that. I want as many people to get a hand on it. I don't care what your background is. I don't care if you're in a country side. I don't care if you're small town, medium size, or big city. My thing is, from being a Boy Scout, I just love knives. And now the reason I have a YouTube show is to show that love and to build a community. Thumb up if you like this, whether you're way above value folders. And by the way, I'm not. And I have close to 300 Spydercos. And I'm so happy to have the new value folder knife. I'm happy to have the new efficient. Thumb it up. Go crazy on the thumb ups. Okay? Share this video. If you have a relative, if you have a friend that don't get the knife thing yet, how about buying one for a gift, or let them show them some YouTube videos? Doesn't have to be mine to get them psyched up. Subscribe. My channel, we're heading towards 2,000 subscribers. Once we do, I'm going to give away 2 brand new Spyderco knives. They will not be value folders. Yeah, they're going to be the expensive ones. And at least one of them will be a Sprint Run limited edition. Hey, you guys, you have a perfect day. Seriously, have a perfect day. Keep those pockets full. Goodbye.